morning, this is Stavros Tousios for M4Markets in another daily analysis video. And we're going to have a quick look at the US oil WTI. Again, we only did a couple of days ago, but it's important to revisit. And also Kiwi against the yen. Now, last time, a couple of days ago, we talked about oil. We said that there is high probability that we are going to go and meet resistance at this sort of trend line channel. We missed it. We did say, although, that around 82 is the price what we should be looking for potential rejection and a slide. Well, the most important thing that we did mention is that the moment, technically speaking, we are going to go above that previous high at 81.20, then we are going to have an official divergence, which is very evident on the RSI as well, right? So this is that was the signal pretty much here, right? We didn't get there, I understand, but then we fell through after the signal straight away. And what we currently see is we see this really looking like an impulse to the downside. 5 waves coming in, so there is a high likelihood we're going to see a potential correction now and then further continuation to the downside. We also have met already, we have entered the oversold territory on the RSI, which means that a bounce can indeed be expected. Now, we crossed below the 50, the 61.8, and maybe we're going to stop at the 79 before we do the correction. So there is potential for another short-term leg to the downside before we see this pullback up to around 77. Who knows? And then from there, we should be looking again for prices to continue to the downside, because this downside leg is quite impulsive. There is high momentum coming in as well, and we have also actually tapped that low over here. We went below it, and that is with the first attempt, which makes things a little bit more biased to the downside. And when it comes to New Zealand, the Kiwi against the yen, the difference between Kiwi and some other pairs against the yen is that Kiwi has a very evident and very appealing divergence over here, as you can see, right? And so far, we haven't seen the opposite being true on the upside, which means there is no divergence signal so far to the upside. That suggests that we're going to see a correction as well. So we have had 5 waves to the downside, and the idea would be now to see a correction, further continuation to the upside as a correction indeed, and then probably fall down again, okay? Unless if, of course, we consider this as something of a flat pattern. If you are involved in Elliott waves, you would know what this is. In that case, we should be looking for a full-blown reversal. But before we go above the 50% and the 61.8, we are considering this a correction, okay? So for now, the idea is maybe consolidation here, or perhaps a slide to the downside and then another leg to the upside. If we make the assumption that this first leg to the upside is done, then that should give us, perhaps around 85.30 or so, because it's a cluster between the 100% and the 61.8%, which is usually what we see actually taking place. But that assumes, as I said, that the high is in over here and the low is in over here. So, consolidation perhaps, or another leg down and up, okay? Or I don't think the correction is finished here, because probably we're going to see that like taking a little bit longer to pan out. Yeah, I think around 82, 70, 83, the territory around the 23%, it's likely to be where the swing low is going to be. It could get a little bit lower down. Of course, usually corrections of that fashion correct down to around the 50%. So expect 82.35 as well. And then from there, another leg up with 83.70 being a double top. Then you got the 84.60 and then 85.45, which is not the last result per se. But when we do break the golden pocket as called, then things are getting a bit more contrarian, if that makes sense. Because here we're moving up. Obviously, it will be a little bit more bullish with the with an implication that this could be this flat pattern I was telling you about and we could continue higher towards the 88.